very much. Yeah, opening game, opening day here at DreamHack Tour. It is, of course, a pleasure to be here back in France. This is my second time, your second time as well.
Yeah.
Separate years, but we're finally united here in 2019. And a great opening game as well. We've got hometown heroes, 3 French teams here as well, which is fantastic. And Mousesports, which have been such a talking point over these past few weeks and months as we've seen this roster be built in and start to achieve stuff. And I feel like it could be, this could be the stepping stones for Mousesports to really show us what this team can do.
Yeah, I mean, they're very much a team that's looking to try and rise up and join those upper echelons of the Counter-Strike world, right? And they definitely have the potential to do exactly that. They showed us that in the Pro League. They've already locked in another trip back to France, right? They've locked in their final spot nice and early there, and they're looking to try and reach another final. Now, on the other side of things, we spoke about Mouse a good bit. The Instinct guys, definitely an interesting team, right? They've cobbled together a few players here and there. Notable names, I think likely we're going to be looking towards someone like DreamHack to try and show up. Obviously, he kind of got separated from Amanek, who definitely came off better in that little trade around. But Hugo, we don't have to talk anymore. Well, we do, but about the game, we're heading on in to Inferno, as this will be the first game of the day.
Yeah, and I just have flashbacks to Mousesports. Their opening game of Pro League was on Inferno. They got a 16-2 win, Harry. So let's see if this is anything similar over on the T side. Mousesports, immediate B play. We've got Instinct with dual Berettas. It's Fuchs here close on the corner. 3 players on the CT side. This is a heavy setup. Bullrops who's ready for it. No, already 2 kills going in the way of the CT side. But the trades are there and the B site is open.
Yeah, Tuano going to be rotating around through. CT does have Matt Hand alongside him. Carrigan's going to be getting that bomb down. 2v3 at Instinct knocking on the door of Mousesports here, but man down right now. They are going to be struggling. Tuano in the back line. Matt Hand with the dual Berettas. Can he find anything with it? Right now, it's not really looking like it. Ooh, they do delete the first man. Tuano on the entry, actually able to find a double. This was looking so good for Mouse, but it might have been snatched away. Where has this come from? This 2v3 comes through at Instinct. They're going to pick up the pistol round seemingly from nowhere.
Wow, that is not what I expected on the retake. Mousesports, I feel like they maybe just got a bit confident there and then got faced with the USPs in the post-plant. Not ready for the fast frantics from the CT side to start things off. And of course, this is something so important as well. In a pistol round, you're taking that in a best of 1 when you are the underdog. That really sets you up for a great half, especially considering it was the CT side of Inferno. It would have been worrying if Mousesports ran away with a 5-0 lead. But now Instinct, they control the pace and they control the money most importantly. Mousesports, however, want to throw it back in their face, and they've gone for the second round force.
Yeah, they've thrown that hero AK over to Woxic and Rops. Chris J's got himself a Galil. And trying to get the wall bang off. Won't find anything today. Bit of damage done there onto Chris J. Down at the base of Banana. Woxic just missing the timing there to maybe find a man over into the top of mid. Tuano is locking down the long side of things. Has to be a bit careful here, though, as he has been hung out to dry. They've rotated that man off from short, so Tuano very much here alone. They will throw the Molotov in. That's going to bait the beacon. He goes running into the arms of Woxic. Wow. He's actually going to burn, perishes in the flames. He was determined to hold that angle down. And so there will be the 4-on-4 presenting itself now. Now, Woxic falling, that does mean you've lost one of these armored players. Carrigan going to be picking up the AK in his place. Now setting up outside of the A-bomb site. Fuchs and Matt Hand on the other side of things, ready to try and repel this offensive, and Frozen will get dealt with relatively easily. And now you can see Mousesports, the kind of cogs turning somewhat. They decide maybe they're going to head over here towards B, and Devil might have given something up over towards Banana, but DreamHack has saved the day.
Yeah, that almost looked nasty there for Instinct Gaming. They had deep Banana control from early on in the round, and the second that first player was taken down in the apartments, that's when you start to see Devil getting aggressive, thinking, okay, they're going for the AXX, but Mousesports losing that first battle into the 3-on-4 on the bomb site. They double back, Harry, with the bomb towards Banana to their own death. And that second round is taken by Instinct. So 2-0 lead here on the CT side. Rob still with an AK thrown over from Chris, who's going to be left with absolutely nothing. So money will be a bit of a problem for him in the upcoming round, but it's a familiar territory for Mousesports, who have yet to field a buy on this T side. For this Deagle, Woxic, he's going to open up. That's a great way to start off a round, and Frozen tries to bound in off the back of it. The issue is Instinct are actually playing mid this time. In the previous round, giving it up a little bit more. This time they want to contain this weapon, not allow Mousesports to retrieve it, and they shall not, but these pistols are still going to be eager to get out into this position. Devil shuts down one, drops with the solo AK, picks up 2 kills, and suddenly this is looking good for Mousesports.
Yeah, there's only one man here left inside of the A-bomb site. Fuchs down in the pit trying to put a stop to this, and he will shut down Rops. That hero AK now dropped, and once again it's Carrigan to retrieve it. Fuchs being such a nuisance down here in the pit. And Mousesports, once again, they're deterred from the A-bomb site. They're going to try and find some comfort over here towards B. They might not find that, though, as Devadevek lurking on the other side of things, lies in wait inside of this B bomb site. Almost able to find Chris J, not quite shutting him down there. Buying a bit of time, Fuchs on the rotation. Devadevek trying to hold down the bomb site. Will pick up the first man and actually gets the second as well. So Rop's able to get things close, but no cigar as the French squad do go 3-0 up. But now we have that first buy on the cards for the Mousesports squad.
Oh yeah, somewhat we do, but you do have to remember no bomb plant in that round, Harry, and Chris J, he spent every single dollar he had coming into that one, so he's going to be down on a MAC-10 this time. Not the end of the world, Mousesports still field 4 rifles, and we've already seen shines of brilliance from this team so early on. We've had a couple of entries from Rops and Woxic. Look at this push from Instinct Gaming. They are getting aggressive. They want to control this first rifle round by Storm. Down Banana. Fuchs gets a kill. It's a double trade back, and Mousesports still have this bomb, but they don't have mid. Ramp has been smoked off, and Rops has to come out through the tunnel to try and negate this. And he does catch the timing. Devadevek looking away. And now Mousesports back into middle. But Rops, he's still sectioned between 2. He has to be very careful here.
Yeah, that smoke is leaving him alone. And as that fades, he will now have Woxic here to help out if needed. Twano going to be holding over at the top of mid, is about to uncover a potentially terrible truth, but Fuchs actually dropping the bomb and also giving a 2-on-2 back to Instinct. This now becomes a very doable round once again, and Twano on the MP9 shutting down the first man in. This leaves all the hopes of this round on the shoulders of Woxic. But this is very much the man you would look to in this clutch situation here. Bomb going to go down. He will have a bit of time to set up this post plant. There is a smoke blocking Fuchs off for the time being. And this has afforded a few seconds for Woxic just to get up into the apartments. Now there's a big gap in that smoke, so Fuchs can go round it. But he's got a lot of angles to check here. Creeping forward, and will he be ready for the apartments post plant from Woxic? He does have a smoke for the bomb, but no kit. It would have to be the full 10 seconds, and Woxic is not going to let him get away with it. So Mousesports will be securing their first round early. A 3K from Woxic there as he goes above and beyond, even able to win out that 1v1 at the end.
Yeah, that's fantastic as well. You know, just the info there for Woxic. He knows that Fuchs was spotted at the top of B, just killing his teammate and dropping the bomb, and Mousesports were in the A site seconds later, so he knew he had time to go for that very deep post plant. And I love the app's position as well, because he just has to peek one little angle, and you can only defuse that bomb by sitting on top of it there. There's nowhere else you can go. You're in the corner, so Woxic knew the exact angle he had to take. Mousesports are going to be able to find their first round, but if anything, the economy is still not in order for either roster here. 2 SMGs for Mousesports still stand. Twanu is on the shotgun as well. A solo B setup here for Instinct when they have no info down Banana. This could get dangerous. Devadevek is the only man on the site. Switching it up with a far more passive defense, and Mousesports, they'll take that every day of the week. They pushed up Banana for free. The rotates are going to start to come through for Instinct, who will shuffle Devil over. You do have to remember there's only one kit here for Instinct, and not a lot of utility, so they don't want to have to give up a site, but they may not have a choice. Mousesports going fast.
In fact, instantly dropped. Actually, both players already gone, and if you're Instinct, you're looking at this, and you've got to save, right? You've got to back off and try and hold on to this, limited armada of weapons that they currently have to rely on. 5 players still up for Mouse, so they might even be tempted to go hunting here. Now, Mouse don't really have much of an economy to build on, but they know the ramifications of taking these guns away from Instinct. They won't be budging all too much, though. Mousesports going to be donning a second round relatively early on in this, as they are starting to get back into this game. Obviously, though, with Instinct winning the pistol, getting off to that 3-0, I was pretty optimistic that we could see them find something here. And they're very much still anyone's game. But we are starting to see the kind of Mousesports that we expected arriving in these last few rounds.
Definitely. That being said, though, you know, it's not like Instinct haven't had solutions and different switch-ups on the CT side already. They've, you know, shown nice setups in terms of the aggression on the first rifle round. They've been constantly making Mousesports guess in terms of the middle portion of the map, giving it up, contesting it, having a solo player there. They've really been switching it up. So that's going to keep Mousesports on their toes, and I think that's one of the ways that you can take this game if you're Instinct, if you can catch these guys off guard. Easier said than done, especially with this eco round. 2 pistols and the 3 saved weapons back on A. Let's see what Instinct have got for us here. It's going to be Mousesports already going deep up middle now. If they walk into B, Harry, they get Devek and Devil, who are just on flat pistols for free. The issue is they've walked up on A and they've even gotten a kill anyway. Fitch has gone down. Matt Hen to follow. The shotgun doesn't find anything, and Woxic is lights out right now on the A site. 3 kills from him, all headshots, and that is the round as done as can be. The bomb will be joining, and Devek will just wait on this B bomb site. Mousesports equaled up 3-3.
I'll tell you what, if you were looking for reasons to watch this series, or watch this map rather, it's going to be Woxic already showing some real signs of life, right? And he is such a great player to watch. He is someone who can make these big flashy plays. Another man who I want to point out, who we were impressed with, you know, back at Pro League was Frozen, right? Obviously we were, and you know, he was someone who kind of, you know, came around a bit, you know, at like a younger age, was showing up at a few lands, was having these performances, right, but never really had that breakout chance. And then Mousesports actually making the decision to pick him up, you know, almost in a similar fashion to what they did with Rops, right? You know, they kind of took a chance on the young gun. And he's been very interesting to watch, right? He's kind of surprised us back at Pro League. He was one of the big-time performers for Mousesports there.
Yeah, definitely. And the cool thing about, you know, having someone like Frozen in this team is because he's so young and so inexperienced on the top level, Carragher can just mold him. He can shape him not only to be the player he wants to be, but in terms of being the player that he wants to be inside of this roster. He can give him a role and see what happens. So I'm excited to see the future of this Mousesports team. And yeah, as you said, the stars are looking certainly bright.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, for me, that's kind of one of the things that I know that Carrigan, as an IGL, does kind of enjoy, right? Is having these players that are very malleable. You can kind of shape to whatever you need. I know from speaking to him, one of the reasons that he liked, you know, when they played with someone like Croman, for example, was that he was a very key example of someone who you could do that with, right? You could tell him where to go. But this round, actually, they've nade stacked down through mid. I was kind of just talking over it because not much should have happened, but a lot has happened. And Devek shutting things down over in middle. The bomb has been dropped, and this was almost a well, this was the partial investment from Instinct into nades and a few SMGs around it, but they have found a hell of a lot. The bomb has been retrieved, and Devek with just 4 points of health, the lone gunman left for Instinct, is going to struggle to find much. But with Chris J being on 1 HP, a couple of rifles dropped in the bottom of mid, he can look to try and do something in this round at the very least. Yeah,
this was a great gamble from Devo. The issue is Rops has just read through it like a book. He's already walked up short, taken the A site. This is going to be another round for Mousesports, surely, but Devek, you know, he gets 2 kills in mid. Mousesports know where he is, and he goes for the instant rotation. Could have caught them if they double back into the B bomb site. But now with that plant in, as you said, he's going to go for it. Gun at the bottom of middle, 4 HP. He'll take the gun, and he'll save it for a rainy day.
Yeah, and you know, just going back to that Mousesports conversation that we were kind of having at the beginning of this round is, you know, I mean, I think when you look at someone like Carragher, he just likes a team that kind of listens to his every word, right, down to a T. No, not like in a sense that he's a very rigid IGL, but just that, you know, he likes people to kind of be aware of their own space, but follow instruction, you know, respect the call. That's very important as an IGL. And that's something that's good with these younger players, with the less experienced players, is you can just kind of mold them, if they're the right personality type, you know, to being the player you want them to be.
And they definitely are in this team. I mean, very young players and very humble players as well. So it's great to see this this roster, and Mousesports are currently proving it on LAN as well. 4-3 up right now. That's 4 in a row since they had their first rifle, Harry. So not slowing down are the Mousesports guys on this T side of Inferno, and that's one thing you have to remember as well. This terrorist half is definitely not the most favorable, but they're making it work, Harry. However, now's the buy. Instinct have their AWP and is on Tuano. Definitely a big talking point, this man. He's had a history with some fantastic performances and also a history with some pretty dire ones as well. So the question is, which Tuano do we get here in France? Hopefully, the lights out one.
Well, his lights are out. His time is up. Woxic found a double kill up through top mid. Sure, he goes down in the Molotov, but he is more than happy with a 2-for-1 trade into this A bomb site. That leaves Chris alone, and he'll get dropped by the Rops up in apartments. Bomb now going down, and Mousesports sitting 4-on-2 up. Instinct have really not had a shot since these rifles have came out. You know, so many of these rounds have just been Mousesports walking into a bomb site, finding all the kills in a matter of seconds, and then the other players just having to be like, oh, well, we have to save.
Yeah, I mean,
and that is one of the horrible things about CT side Inferno, right? It can be the save map of the century because the rotations are just so long. So if you're losing those opening gunfights, you never even really get a shot at a round.
It's happened twice now, Harry. It's happened on both proper rifle rounds for Instinct. They've lost players within seconds and not had a chance to run it, which kind of surprises me. I understand why the AWP is fighting there, but considering Instinct so early on into the half, when they were in control, when they were 3-0 up, they were perfectly fine with giving Mousesports room and going back to these very passive mid-holds, holding from library side, holding from the pit. Obviously, when you have your first AWP, though, you do want to take a battle. However, Woxic, well, he takes it away from them. Turkish Orpa with 2 opening kills and Mousesports with another round on the board.
Not to mention, it is a proper gremlin way that he goes about getting the 2 opening kills, right? They throw the molly down, they're both holding it, but they're kind of expecting, you know, like, okay, when the molly fades, someone's going to come running through it and then we kill him. But Woxic runs through the Molotov, takes both the fights, dies in said Molotov, but he gets a 2-for-1. Yeah, I know. If that's something you can gamble on every time, then go for it. But tactical pause is going to be called in here for Instinct, and I think justifiably so. You know, still smiles all around, but you've got to imagine it's pretty demoralizing that in both of your fall-by rounds that you've had, you do just get completely shut down in the offset. You don't even get a chance to play your own game because, well, Mousesports are the ones setting the pace over on the T side of things right now. And we do just have this, this eco on the players that went down, a couple of saved rifles carried forward. Try their hand at this banana aggression, but Woxic is there, and it does just feel like everywhere that Instinct try and pressure, they try and show their hand. That pesky AWP is on the other side of things. Already finding the man advantage in this round, and Instinct now lacking firepower, lacking manpower. They're sitting in a 4-on-5, and Mousesports know they have all the room in the world in this round.
They might still double back, Harry. They got top B with that bomb, though. You can still see hanging outside of the apartments is Rops waiting for an aggressive push from the CT side. That smoke towards the CT spawn will force Davidovec to either take the fight or move back into CT. And he'll go for the former. The issue is Woxic creeping. He's crawling, he's moving up. As I say that, it's actually a double back from Mousesports. They'll bring the bomb back into middle. They'll keep Instinct somewhat on B. Davidovec knocked down with the rotating. That's because he's being pressured right now by Chris. It's still going to be this B smoke with a double back after Davidovec finds that opening kill. They spot an AK and they move back towards A. It's only 3 players here, but only one of them has a gun. It's Matt and Fuchs and Twanu on pistols, but if they can just distract and run a crossfire, this could still go well for Instinct. There's only 28 seconds, and Twanu's opened up, frozen with the trade there, but Fuchs is still being a nuisance up on the balcony, and 2 damaged players means he could easily find a kill. He does. Rops is dead. Twanu's on the back line, and he almost catches the timing, but Woxic is too fast. 3 kills. And the round taken by Mousesports. Woxic is having a great day.
What can you even do against that? If you're Instinct, it's like, right, we're doing a great job, guys. We're getting all the kills. We found loads of damage. Everyone on the other side of things, bar Woxic, was like 10 HP for Mousesports. And, you know, Fuchs doing a great job of stalling up in the apartments. They almost catch the timing. I mean, they do catch the timing on the short round. Yeah. But Woxic reads it, takes that first fight, and they think finally, okay, right, we can finally kill this Woxic guy. We finally got him right where we want him. But no, because he's the fastest man in the world. And there's another tactical pause called on in from Instinct. They, you know, calling one out just a couple of rounds ago, actually last round, I believe, and now onto their second already, so they're getting whittled away at very early on, and justifiably so, right? Mousesports off to a blinding start. It's a scary prospect that we've only really seen Woxic showing up. There's still so many players in this team that you could look to be the, you know, the big-time fragger, and it is Woxic right now delivering, but you still have a real ensemble around him that can look to join the show.
It is not the back-to-back tacticals, though, Harry. It is actually a technical for just a moment. So
I thought it was the back-to-back-ticals.
Yeah, but they're in the future, coming up after the break. But no, we'll just be waiting for that to get sorted. Admins are on site, of course, here in France. And Mousesports, yeah, I mean, this is a great start. This is kind of what we expected here coming into the first day in the opening matchup. Instinct, they've still got plenty more rounds to play with, Harry, but the issue is we've had so many saves already. They've been going into these quote-unquote rifle rounds with 2 pistols and 3 guns, and half the time out of those 3 guns, 2 of them are UMPs anyway. So finally, another buy round for Instinct. Last time we saw a similar one, it was the double kill from Woxic out middle really fast. So you're hoping, for Twanu's sake, he gets a chance. But let's see if Mousesports will give him one.
Well, he hasn't given Fuchs a chance. He's already gone from this round. Woxic, such a pest once again, out through top mid this time around. Finding the opener, and Instinct just completely caught off guard by this once again. They tried to run that triple B setup initially. Karrigan's going to shut down Mathead on this rotation, and Instinct are kind of wearing thin now. They do manage to shut down Karrigan at the very least over towards long, and that means they only have short and apartments to worry about. They do have this crossfire set up, but Devedevek is gone, and Twano missing a couple of shots. Woxic certainly isn't. Frozen's going to find a couple of his own. And Mousesports, another quick, clean round over on the T side. Once again, Instinct struggling to find even so much as a kill. They get one, but that is it.
And they even had that early rotate, Harry. They had the man off B before Karrigan was ready for it. He finds a long pick, and then you just see him with his knife out getting caught by the library peak. Even with that, Instinct have all the info, and they still only win 1 gunfight in the entire round. So definitely doesn't pan out how they would have hoped. And more pistols. I mean, that's been the name of the game already since we've had Mousesports on guns. Continually damaging this economy. 5 smokes, though. And the reason being is Instinct are trying to bleed out the time here. The issue is Mousesports, they're all up top B, and they might just rush in before Instinct have a chance to throw down this util. Finally, a smoke is placed, and that is the saving grace for Instinct. Little did they know, they were about 5 seconds away from just getting bum rushed on the bomb site. But that one smoke has given them a chance to delay this push from Mousesports and even cause a rotation.
Yeah, that third man heading round will be Twano, but Mousesports, their spidey senses have tingled and they've rotated away from B. They leave one man here, Chris J, looking to try and keep the attention of Instinct at this B bomb site. And without even showing a presence yet, he's doing a good job of exactly that. That rotation will now come in from Twano, but Chris J's certainly heard those footsteps pitter-pattering away back through Speedway. And as you can see, Frozen and co. very aware of the possibility of this rotation. Twano's actually headed back towards B, and that's Chris J now throwing in this utility in the back of Instinct's mind. They're going to believe that they've made the right decision, but it's looking like it's all a ruse. Chris J now rotating away. Karrigan out through long, the rest of the squad behind him. 2 players down in the pit, and Karrigan's already deleted Fuchs. 1 man left inside of this A-bomb site. It's Mathead down in the pit with a 5-7. Can he find anything? He's completely surrounded, and he can't get anything done. Devedevek and Twano remain. The bomb goes down, and Mousesports will be on to an 8th round.
Yeah, the issue with that setup there for Instinct is you're running the smoke, time bleed strategy, but you have 2 players in pit with their smokes. You're not going to be able to cover anything off with that. And Mousesports, once they get double smoked on B, they realize the game plan. They double back towards middle, and they get long for free. That's all the info. That's all the map control Mousesports need in the world, because from that they can work out exactly where Instinct have to be within the bomb site. So those 2 smokes in pit don't make a damn difference. And a nice try from Instinct, who do manage to get it down to 15 seconds as that plant comes through. But Mousesports, they get the round flawlessly. 5 alive at the end of things. And no one near Twanu to feed the beast. It's just going to hold on to a CZ. But more guns for Instinct in the future. Another buy round here.
The real question for me, the problem Instinct they're going to have is, who do we look to be the man to step up in this squad, right? I mean, maybe you'd say Devedevek, maybe someone like Twano as well on the AWP, you'd hope, but with how Woxic is playing and the fact that we've seen Twano with the AWP now, he did miss his few opportunities that he's had for kills to come his way. You mentioned how, with him as an AWP, we've seen highs, we've seen the lows. He is someone who kind of struggles with finding that neat consistency. So hopefully we're not already seeing that problem kind of rear its head here for Instinct early on.
The only thing is, you do have to remember, Harry, this is a bit of a trial by fire. He is up against,
definitely.
I don't even want to overstate. I think Woxic is honestly one of the fastest AWPers alive, and I think everyone knows that. So it's not an easy head-to-head. It's not an easy matchup by any means, but it's back. The AWP for Twano and Woxic, 17-5 right now. He is having an unreal performance here. Let's see if that continues. 8-3 up our Mousesports. This is a damn good T-side so far. Streak, flawless our Mousesports. And with the new money being changed, Instinct, they're going to have a rough time trying to get back into this one, as they are working out right now. we are, of course, running the new update here at DreamHack Tour. The reverted money, the fix, I guess. Not reverted.
The capped money system.
The capped money system.
And, I'm a big fan of the decision. I haven't actually seen how it really affects anything yet, though. So
Well, it's their first tournament.
Yeah, exactly. I just mean I haven't really played with it either. So Fook's going to try and hold off from Pit, but he's already gone. Twano getting tagged up through the smoke over at long, not able to find anything here. Is this smoke just nullifying the AWP completely on the Instinct side of things? And my instinct here is that this CT side might save because they're already out of the A-bomb site. I mean, this is a pretty gut-wrenching call to have to make, right? Once again, if you're Instinct, you're looking at this, you're going to go 9-3 down. You haven't found a round since the pistol and those two round wins they got on the back of it. So it's pretty heartbreaking to have to pull in a save.
What? He wasn't even ready.
He's just hunting them down. He's a bloodhound. He smells the fear of DreamHack and Twano, and he's drawn in for the kill. Oh my god, okay. Woxic, get out the server.
He jump spot.
What's he doing?
He jump spot from the bench. He spotted Twano there.
What a man. Well, only one man from the 3 that attempted to save there from Instinct were able to get away with it.
And they lost the AWP most importantly as well. That's the worst part. I don't even blame Twano for holding that angle. You want something. You've not even used the AWP yet. You've just been killed immediately every time you've had it in your hands. And Woxic will keep that as tradition. 19-5. Unreal. And more pistols, Harry. We've got this one-save gun that you mentioned from DreamHack. Everyone else has nothing to play with. It's Mousesports looking to grace the double digits here on this T side. Now, we have seen banana control taken from Instinct, but Mousesports aren't worried. They've just walked into A already, and there's no one here. There's a double apartment setup, but this could easily be bypassed through middle, and Mousesports have done this time and time again. The question mark is Twano, but right now he's not watching anything. He's only looking to cut off that rotation. Now he moves to the library, but too little, too late. The smokes are down, and Mousesports are setting up for just a bit of an A-wrap here. The only question in mind is if they get this gun from Rops, what could they do with it?
Yeah, this double set up at the apartments. There's a good chance of exactly that. Rops' AK has been picked up, but they do lose Devil down at Banana, and actually another man falling at this A-bomb site. There is still Matt Hand over in the apartments with that AK. Twano holding close, but he's going to miss his opportunity to find Chris J. Matt Hand wrapping around, but the bomb is already planted. He's going to get Molotov. He has to take these fights. He does pick up the first man, but Frozen instantly there to trade things back. DreamHack left alone and down in the bottom of mid. He's going to back off, look to try and hold on to this M4. But that will be Mousesports moving 10-3 up once again. Since getting onto these rifles, just a reminder, Mousesports have not dropped a round. The 3 rounds that Instinct have come on the back of winning the pistol, and that decision from Mousesports to go for those 4 spies allowed them to find 2 more on the back of it.
And they were still close, Harry. If you remember back to those rounds, we had, I think Rops got a double entry in the second 4 spy from Mousesports, I guess the second eco with that hero AK. Mousesports was still getting close in those early couple of rounds, and they even had the 3-on-2 post-plant on B on the pistol. That looked done, but Instinct, well, they're going to be very happy they managed to pick up that pistol and a couple of rounds to follow, because at least it gives them somewhat of a buffer when we move over to the second half. The issue is how many rounds are they going to have to play with, because Mousesports looking to top it off with a 12-3 here. And I don't know if Instinct are going to be able to stop them. Nice run boost. Devil's going to get a bit ahead of the curve, but so are Mousesports. They are speeding up Banana. Woxic here with the AWP. The Molotov could be a bit of a problem, and he's sectioned between them, fully blinded and forced back through the smoke, but he's still alive. Instinct still with 3 players here, and a rotate off, but Devil might get the info that Mousesports are close by. Carrigan, he's opened up.
Carrigan finding the double. He's opened up the B-bomb site. He will get sent packing by Matt Head, but Chris J able to trade. And now that they've found 3, they're pretty safe in the assumption that this B-bomb site is Mousesports'. Bomb now goes down. Woxic already posted up the CT, and there is no passage for Fuchs. Twano left alone. We mentioned this is a bit of a trial by fire, going head-to-head versus Woxic, so surely this is a 1v3 that you don't want to attempt if you are Twano. Once again, it's another save call from Instinct, and it's an 11-3 scoreline for Mousesports. So haven't really been able to do much with the weapons that they have carried forward. Haven't really had a chance at, I mean, I don't even really feel like we've seen Instinct CT side. I couldn't tell you what it's like because Mousesports have just sort of been rushing them across the map. They've been in complete control this entire first half.
Yeah, and you know, I don't even want to just say it's just the individuals from Mousesports. Of course, that's a huge factor, but they've been making the right reads. Their rotates have been fantastic on this T side. They've never walked into a stack bomb site. You know, they've just been playing the info game very well here on Inferno. And all the correct gambles. Not that they've really needed any luck, Harry. It's coming down to the brute force and the skill of this team to put them potentially 12-3 up on the half. The double AWP, first time we've seen that. First time we've had the money for it, for Instinct. And maybe this could be the change that they need. But is it too late? DreamHack, he's sitting in the flames just about. We'll have to move back in case that blooms any further, but he just misses the timing. Chris J's there. The double nade is good. Madden's opened up in the meantime. The DreamHack is blinded, and Chris is so close. He's chasing, and he's found two. Mousesports have just opened up the B site once again, and they were setting up for an A play, Harry. That was the only man in Banana for Mousesports, and now he's in the B site. Instinct, you can't save here anymore. It's the last round of the half, and you've got to go for it.
And this is like one of, I'm going to say, like 3 retakes that we've seen Instinct even attempt. So we really haven't seen what they're made of. All grouped up over in CT right now. Rops can come in on this late rotation to try and shut down this retake as it looks to come through. But this does give Instinct a 3-on-3 in the bomb site right now. Not something they can be aware of, however. They have to be wary of the flank from Rops. Harrigan able to shut down both players. Over at the coffins, Tano is sandwiched in, and while he does take the first man, he'll get shut down. A massive half from Mousesports. They go 12-3 up. It seems like there is no stopping them. We'll find out who takes this second half after a break.
I've been thinking of you. I've been thinking just what to do. We were born in this neighborhood. We were born in this neighborhood. I've been running all my life. I've been leaning back on the crowd. We were born in this neighborhood. We were born in this neighborhood. There's a whole new world and it's waiting for you on the side of the tracks where your dreams come true. I've been living in my mind. I've been looking over the hill. Gotta get out of this place. Just gotta get out of this place. I've been searching all my life. I've been lost, but now I'm found. Just gotta get out of this place. Just gotta get out of this place. There's a whole new world, and it's waiting for you on the side of the tracks where your dreams come true.
Mousesports are breaking baguettes like there's no tomorrow here in Tour. 12-3 on the T side of Inferno to start off our opening game here at DreamHack Open. And what a spectacle from the likes of Mousesports. More specifically, Woxic as well. You can't forget to mention him. 21 kills in 15 rounds. Pretty damn good. And Mousesports, the CT side pistol is just ahead of us. It's Woxic fighting down middle. Will Instinct even be able to run their own game plan here? You do not want to lose your utility in this mid battle. You want to set up for a play instead, and they will towards mid.
Yeah, they're able to take control of top mid nice and early on. Slowly but surely, there is a man pressuring down Banana. That was Frozen, but Twano able to get rid of him. Woxic going to miss those shots, uncharacteristically so. Carrigan gets caught crossing back to CT. Devil doubles down, and now Chris J and Rops all that remain on the Mousesports side of things, and Chris gets a bit overwhelmed there over in CT. Rops has to start rotating around for the retake, but a 1v3, certainly not an easy feat. We haven't really seen much from Rops in this map just yet. We haven't really had to, but now he's been called upon. Will he step up and answer the call in the 1v3?
They're double peeking him. Third moves out from the ruins. Davidovec tapping away, and Rops is so low. He's going to have to hit some ridiculous headshots, but Instinct, they've realized they don't want to give him the fight unless it's a triple peek. That will do the job. Twanu shut it down, and that's the key kill there from Twanu as well, opening up in that round. He caught Frozen moving down Banana while the rest of Instinct was setting up on the A play. And that was the perfect timing. It opened up the mid to B wrap. It killed the only player even fighting down Banana while the second rotated to the CT spawn. That was Chris. Instinct caught him as well. So very simple pistol round there for Instinct. And that's 2 out of 2, Harry, but still they sit 12-4 down, and Mousesports coming again with a force.
We're looking at silver linings for Instinct at this point in time, though. At least their pistol rounds are looking good.
Yeah.
That's something that they've been able to fall back on, and now looking to try and... Yeah. Well...
Yes.
My head's gone. Woxic peeking down through mid, picking up the man advantage for Mousesports, and now 4 on 5. Instinct having a group up over here at Banana. AK retrieved and on the back of Fuchs. Frozen and Chris J lying in wait inside of this B-bomb site. Chris getting himself up on top of the coffins over that smoke. There's a bit of a gap, but he's looking to try and exploit it. Will they be ready for this? Twano was, but he's still been deleted. And that's another AK drop now. There were 2 SMGs in this round, so these AKs can be juggled around and used to bolster the offensive Instinct, and they do finally deal with Chris J over at the coffins, but a rotation has already come round.
Yeah, look at Fuchs. He was up middle. Instinct looked like they were considering it for a second, but they decided to double back. B's just so much easier, at least in terms of clearing it out. There's so much work you have to do on A, the apartments, the pit, inside of the site. Instinct can just smoke off 2 choke points and go for it right now, and that's exactly what they'll do. Into the jaws of Mousesports. Carrigan here with the scout. We've got Frozen up on top as well with the Deegan. He can just find one and drop off. This could be amazing, but Frozen doubles. Carrigan hits the tag, and the Deeg is out to finish it off for Frozen. 3 kills on that force buy, and Mousesports, they may have lost the pistol, but they will make up for it with the second round. This is a slaughter, Harry.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was going to try and, take that somewhere, but no, you've hit the nail on the head. It's like David versus Goliath, but this time Goliath has just wrecked David.
Yeah, I mean, you can just tell by the names, right? Like Goliath, that doesn't sound like a guy who's going to lose to a David, Harry.
No? I don't know, man. David's a pretty rough and tough name, that, actually.
Really? Oof, Woxic. He's the tag man.
Yeah, he's already done so much damage in this round. 3 players up in the apartments for Instinct, looking to try and just burst their way into this A-bomb site. They've heard the scout. They know that Woxic isn't really going to be able to defend himself. He gets blindsided. Rob's now trying to pick up the pieces. He is somewhat surrounded, but he's doing a good job of navigating this top mid position. Carrigan now left at the A-bomb site alone, but he's bought more than enough time. Davidovec pins it in, and he'll get dropped. Mousesports 14-4 up.
I think Twanu was waiting for his teammate there to peek short with him so he could fight Rops. Rops, after he got the initial kill, looked back into middle, and that was the timing where if Twanu goes for the peek, he wins the fight every time. But I think he waited for his teammate, and that delay, that one moment allowed Rops to look back and win that second fight and saved the A site from crumbling, really, for Mousesports. 14-4. And crumble is all this has done for Instinct. They're back down to pistols again. The force buy as Woxic finds another opening kill in middle. It's almost comical at this point. Mousesports getting flashed off. Frozen's fine. He actually peeks out from behind the wood, moving a bit too far to the left. Devil will take him. Chris J now alone, and he doesn't want to give up top B unless he wants to give away the gun, and that's exactly what he'll do. So now Devil equipped, armed and ready. 1 gun to work with for Instinct, but 4 players to get through, and Mousesports just running the 2-2 right now.
Shutting down Matt Head over in middle there. There is a close move that I was going to say could be used to cut this off, but it doesn't matter because Rops swinging wide finds a double. Woxic doubles down over at the B-bomb site as well. And while things were looking, you know, like Instinct could have found something in that round, right? They had the pieces of the puzzle. The problem is, once again, it's just these big individual moments from a couple of key players on the Mousesports side of things. And that'll be them 15-4 up. I mean, Instinct haven't found a round when we've had rifles on both sides of the equation yet.
Right.
So, yeah, don't really have much to build off. Frozen, only able to get one there. Chris J's looking for the montage clip. Is he going to get it? That flashbang whip. Chris given free reign, doubles down, but will get dealt with by Matt here. And that's now an AUG that can be retrieved as well. Ops is quick on the flank, and he's killed them both. So that will be Mousesports 16-4. Not the most epic of ending moments there as Rops finds the double, but they do get the win. They'll go ahead. Oh, sorry, and take the victory here. Mousesports looking good, making a statement nice and early on.
Yeah, not one you have to worry about too much of your Instinct. You're looking to take over the other teams in the group. Maybe not Mousesports, the I guess, expected victor of this entire tournament. That's our aspiration for this roster, and they've so far proven their worth here on the stage. 16-4, a dominant win. The only rounds the Instinct won were where Mousesports had pistols, Harry, if you think about it. So that's a worrying factor, but at least we know that their pistol rounds are good.
Yeah, you know, for Mousesports, this is good though, right? We were saying this is a chance for this is a tournament in which they're the heavy favorites, and I think that, you know, they're looking to try and make a bit of a statement, right? Yeah. Obviously, coming into this versus Instinct, the worst case scenario would have been, I think, obviously if Instinct win, right? But I think if you're Mousesports, you don't even want to let that game get close, and they don't. They make one hell of a statement. They don't lose a single rifle round. Just what a performance from Mousesports, and what a performance from Woxic, my word.
He is a ferocious man, but we also have some other ferocious people over on the desk. Frankie is standing by. What did you guys make of that game?
Well, it was very quick, wasn't it? That's what I made of it. But you did predict it was going to be a fast one. What did you think of that?
I really like Woxic just going off. I just love watching him go off. On T-side, 20 kills on the T-side with an AWP. You don't see that often, but then again, I don't want to sound too overly critical. It's still early in the morning. It's the first game of the day. But Instinct, what the hell are you doing on the city side? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely looked very lost. I mean, Instinct won both pistols, and they lost so handedly. That's not boding very well for them. I mean, we spoke about composure. We spoke about using the momentum for themselves, but they looked so lost on that CT side of Inferno. They rarely were in the right places at the right time, and the over-rotating was quite confusing.
Why do you think, though, that there was a little bit of a slow start for Mouse?
Well, was it really? Though?
Was it?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm just wondering, would Instinct have done better if they hadn't made that decision to send everyone to A, apart from Tunu, who was poor on his lonesome on B, and then, of course, Mouse just cruised down Banana, right?
Yeah, but the problem here is, yeah, that was the one round, which is very strange. They had like 4 players over the A bomb side with no information, no banana control, just one guy over there. But even later on in that half, when they had like 2 people over there, Carrigan just walked in and got 2 opening kills alone. Carrigan, you don't expect him to be just going in opening sights on his lonesome. That happened. A couple of rounds later, Chris J walks in, again, no backup from any of his teammates, and he gets 2 kills towards the B bomb site. So they were really struggling to kind of hold on to that B bomb site. And even towards mid, Woxic, there was one round, he walks in through the flames, gets both the kills at mid, and there we go, A bombs is free for the taking. That CD side just fell apart.
It definitely did, and to answer your question, Frankie, I don't think that it would have actually made a difference at all. I mean, they were rotating not because it was a part of their game plan, but I think they didn't really have any other choices. I mean, most teams on the CT side of Inferno, they'll use their utility to draw out the enemy's utility, but also to find out information, to find out where on the map that they should be rotating to. But we saw that on Instinct's side, the only time that they played aggressive was when they played aggressive from the start. They rushed mid. Their pistol rounds, they rushed mid. And other than that, they just had a lack of information because they never had any opportunities to go looking for it.
And of course, we actually saw Woxic popping off. We did mention, well, at least we mentioned, our casters mentioned this before they handed over to us. Woxic sometimes doesn't always appear on each map, and yet today, we really, really saw something from him. That instinctive knowledge of that map really came out to play today. Do you think it was because he wasn't intimidated by Instinct, or just because he loves that map so much?
You know, as an opper, it is really hard to be so impressive on the scoreboards. In this landscape right now specifically, opping has gotten a lot more difficult, as you know, Sunday. But yeah, 123 ADR as the sniper, that is so impressive. That's not a number that you generally see very often.
That is indeed true, right? And T-side Inferno is a map where even some of the best opponents in the world, they will struggle. But again, I kind of want to point out Instinct helped things out for him a little bit. They were not pressurizing him at all. And if you give Voxic an inch, he's just going to take a mile.
Well, we have got Chris J standing by. He's safely over on the stage, I believe, so actually I can't grab him. It's really weird, Chris. I'm normally stood next to you when I talk to you. How are you feeling after that match?
Yeah, good, obviously. Happy we closed it out, yeah.
Were you surprised at how fast it was? Because you are coming off the back of not exactly the best loss against NIP earlier this week, but...
Yeah. Obviously we were not so happy how the NIP match went, but we also know that we should beat these guys from Instinct if we just play our own game. And so we were not worried or anything that we were going to show bad form here.
Chris, I've got a question for you. Who makes the decisions when you guys are dropping the one single AK or dropping 2 AKs in this round? We saw early on in that T side, you guys lost that pistol.
Yeah.
And you guys were dropping those AKs. Who makes those kind of calls for your team?
The first round we did it, Kerrigan said let's drop 2 AKs. Then the round after I was like, what the fuck, man? I believe in Robin. I want to give him AK again. So I just dropped him AK again. And he actually made like 2 or 3 kills. I think we lost the round still, but it's just a feeling. If you believe in your teammates, you're just going to drop him a weapon sometimes.
Awesome.
Chris, I have a quick question as well. If you look at that CD side from Instinct, were you a little surprised how easy it was for you guys to take B? It seemed like you were getting free kills over the B bomb side.
Yeah, I think they have work to do on how to play Banana and B side definitely. It was easier than against many other teams, that's for sure.
All right.
Now, Chris, if you win the next best of 1, you get tomorrow off. Have you got plans?
I have no plans. I've been in tours before, what was it, 2 years ago, I think. Back then I didn't see anything of the city. Actually, I'm not really planning to see anything right now, but let's see. If we win, maybe we'll have a chance to look around. And
it'll be against either Wendigo or Valiance, depending on who wins that matchup. Who are you hoping for?
I don't care. I just hope we're going to keep our composure and show a good game again tonight.
Well, you showed a great game this morning. Thank you so much for talking to us, Chris J. We will see you later this afternoon, my friend.
Yep.
Chris J there.
I like what he said. I don't care. They don't care who they're going to face off against. This is a tournament for Mousesports to lose. They need this win.
And are you very convinced by that performance? Because I have to say I am, Potter.
Yeah, I definitely am. This was a match, this was a scoreline that I fully expected Mousesports to have, and it's good for them that they showed this showing, because for themselves, they need wins like this, dominant performances to really reaffirm that this is going to be a dream lineup, hopefully in the near future.
Well, we have got to take a very quick break. Vite, vite, as they maybe say in France, depending on whether I said my French accurately or not. But when we come back, we're going to have G2 versus the French Frogs. So don't go anywhere.